All right. All right, I like it. Huh. Yeah, yeah. That's a nice little beat. Guess what, y'all? Welcome back, family. Welcome back to Let's Speak It Out Loud. I am your host, Goddess Candace, the Alicorn, and this is the podcast for the copper-colored people of higher vibrations, having insightful conversations. Welcome, Soul Tribe. Welcome back. I hope we're all doing well today. I know I haven't been around for a while. Y'all know this is my birthday month, so during the birthday month, Virgos do nothing but Virgo things during the Virgo birthday month of September. So, it don't matter if their birthday in August either. They celebrate until Libra season. So welcome, family. Welcome. I hope everybody's doing well. I want to thank you all for the wonderful birthday wishes, for the wonderful well wishes, as I made my 52nd round around the sun. It was a good day. I loved it. And I want to thank every single person who reached out to me. I also want to thank you guys, all of you who were on the Starduster 2 platform when I got interviewed a couple of weeks ago. She's on YouTube. So if you get a chance, go by Starduster 2. That's the number 2, okay? And check out some of the things that this sister does, from home gardening, preparedness, setting your home up the way it should be just in case we have an ELE, extinction level event or something like that. Survival skills, all right? So family, I'm so glad you all here with me today. We got Soul Tribe members from all over the world. Every day I am finding new Soul Tribe members, y'all, tuning in to Let's Speak It Out Loud, the places that I have never heard of before. Welcome, guys. Welcome, and you are appreciated. And let me not forget all of you guys who have donated to the podcast. You are greatly appreciated, and I love you all. It shows me that you believe in what I'm doing and that you support what I'm saying, and I'm touching something within you, and I love you guys for that. And if you guys would like to donate to the podcast, the information is listed below. Remember, I'm on every platform that you can listen on, whether it's Spotify, TuneIn, Pandora, Apple Music, Google. I'm on everything, guys. So you can go in and look for Let's Speak It Out Loud and download every single episode, because with you guys, we are almost at 20,000 downloads, and so I appreciate each and every one of y'all, okay? All right. So like I said, y'all, I have missed you so very much, and I have been gone and tuning in and tapping into myself and, just talking to myself and talking to the ancestors and getting guidance on the things of where I need to go next and what am I manifesting and how am I manifesting and how am I speaking to myself. The same things that we talk about. So today, guys, if you've noticed, this one is titled Sacred Geometry in the Metatron's Cube. Because I can tell you this. Metatron's Cube has been hitting me up for a few years now. You're like, what? Yes, Metatron's Cube. And we're going to talk about that today. And we're going to talk about sacred geometry and what it actually is, all right? Let me take a drink. I got some good old sweet tea over here that I shouldn't be drinking, but it is so good. It's homemade, so I'm not tripping. So guys, we're going to talk about, like I said, sacred geometry. There are several different sacred geometry symbols that religions are written from. Okay, these symbols predate anything, any religion that was written, okay, by a man. So today we're going to talk about one geometric shape that has all shapes that are in existence inside of it. It is called Metatron's Cube. Now, before we get into this, I have to say this. Thank you, ancestors and spirit guides and guardian angels and Most High Creator, for allowing me to be here again today to speak truth, to speak light, to speak love, to speak upliftment into the collective consciousness. Because that is one of my purposes on this plane of existence. And I'm honored and I'm humbled and I'm grateful. And I pray for constant wisdom. You know, though that's one of the things that's important to me is constant wisdom. Wisdom doesn't come from man. Wisdom comes from the Creator. And I humble myself and I thank the Creator for the wisdom that has been bestowed upon me and the wisdom that I haven't even seen yet or that I don't even know yet. So I'm humble and I'm grateful for this journey, Ashe. All right, y'all. So let's get into Metatron's cube. So let's break it down a little bit. Like I said, sacred geometry has been around since the inception of the universe. People have tried to date sacred geometry, but what sacred geometry is, it's powerful symbols, okay, that explain scientifically how the universe and everything in it is connected. You hear what I said? Sacred geometry, they're powerful symbols that can be used for different things, manifesting, healing, meditation. But today we're going to talk about Metatron's cube. Metatron's cube is a powerful, powerful symbol. Very powerful, because it has all the other symbols inside of it. And it's definitely here to assist us in manifesting, healing, and meditation, and alchemy, and bringing about all the things from higher vibrations. It's actually used to access your higher level of consciousness, like to help you with your astral projections, connecting you to your guardian angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides, and yes, your higher self. The symbols within inside that cube, they hold the mathematical keys to all of creation. What? Yep, I say it again. The symbols inside of the Metatron's cube, it holds the mathematical keys to all of creation. What you talking about, Candace? Well, see, this is the reason why so many of us don't understand geometry. If you're good in geometry, that's great. But they really don't care about copper-colored people learning math and sciences in school. Because those are the things that they hide from us as we become adults. Because the mathematical equations that's within inside of sacred geometry, it's the answers that you're looking for. You just don't know that. They just disguise it as boring-ass schoolwork when it's the keys to life. You know, in the Metatron's cube, when you look at the picture of it, I got a picture up there, so I want you to study it. You know, it's made up of 13 circles. These circles, they represent the 13 chakras or energy centers in the human body. These chakras are responsible for our physical, mental, and emotional health. You understand that? When they're balanced, we feel it. We feel happy. We feel wholeness of oneself. We feel invincible when they are balanced. The center circle is called the soul star chakra, or the sun. Okay? Now that sun, it's our connection to the divine and the highest vibrational level of consciousness. It's known to be the seat of our true power and wisdom. Thank you, Most High, because I pray for wisdom. Yes, it's the connection to the divine and the highest vibrational level of consciousness. The seat of our true power and wisdom. The outer circles on the cube, they represent the elements: fire, earth, air, water, and ether. What's ether? Spirit, or the universe, the breath. These elements, they're in constant motion at all times. They're either creating and or destroying everything in their path. So they're in constant motion, constant motion. They're constantly creating and constantly destroying everything in their path. However, they also contain the seeds of all life. Yes, they contain the seeds of all life. You know, when you harness the power of the elements, we can create anything we desire. Remember this, though. You are the conduit, or the bridge, so to speak. You're the connector. You know, always carry this inner knowledge with you. Never forget this. Where energy goes, energy flows and energy grows. I'm going to say it again. You know, I tell y'all that all the time. Where energy goes, energy flows and energy grows. Where energy goes, what you focus on, energy flows. It starts to move like the ocean waves because you're focusing on it. And then it begins to grow. It swells up like a huge wave coming in. Where energy goes, energy flows, and energy grows. What you focus on becomes your reality, positive or negative. Your imagination will free you. Your imagination will set you free. Or it will imprison you. Because you can say to yourself, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, nothing good ever happens for me. And it won't. It won't. Or you can say, I love life. I'm allowing the journey to be just as rewarding as the destination. See, that's non-resistance right there. We know life is tough because we're spiritual consciousness having a human existence, because we're human beings. So we're spiritual consciousness experiencing human form in a different perspective, in a unique perspective. All of us are spiritual consciousness. We are all part of the universal scheme of things. We are all part of the universal creator, the source energy, the God particle, as science is looking for now, which we're going to touch on that because it comes all the way back to sacred geometry, this God particle that they are looking for. You know, Christians gave the Metatron's cube the name after the archangel Metatron. Now, in Christianity, the archangel Metatron is known as the scribe or the voice of God, and one of only two archangels who were once humans. You know, like the fruit of life, that sacred geometry symbol. They both are nearly identical except without the lines. It just has circles. However, like all sacred geometric shapes, the root of sacred symbols like Metatron's cube are derived back to the symbolic creation of the universe. It comes from the symbolic creation of the universe, and it's a mathematical equation. You know, in Egyptian culture, it symbolizes Thoth. You know, he was the god of the moon, wisdom, writing, the hieroglyphs, of science, judgment of the dead, and the arts of magic. Oh, really? Why is this Metatron cube important? Because it deals with the elements of majestic natures. See, once again, when we harness that power of the elements, we can create anything that we desire. The origins of Metatron's cube are ancient, y'all. It's in Egyptian text, okay? It's in Greek text. It's in Hebrew text. And in very early Christian texts. You know, it's in the Kabbalah. It's in Judaism. It's in the Talmud. It's in all these holy books that it predates. However, this sacred geometry is older than any date or any religious text, including the I Ching, which is one of the world's oldest texts. If you don't know what the I Ching is, I suggest that you find out. I suggest that you move yourself towards that direction and find out what the I Ching is. Okay? Also, sacred geometry, y'all, especially this Metatron's cube, it's a source of energy. It's a source of mathematical energy. The Metatron's cube acts as a flow of energy channels. This source of energy, it creates the potential field of creation. I'm going to say that again. This source of energy creates the potential field of creation. What's that? It's a field of extremely high vibrational frequencies. Really? Yup. And it has a capacity to ripple out throughout existence and time. What? Yes. The capacity of this vibrational frequency is so high. It has the capacity to ripple out all through existence and all through time, which leads to the creation of physical matter, sound, and color. What? Yes. Physical matter, sound, and color are all different vibrations. It just depends on the spin of the vibration, how fast or how slow the vibration is moving. You know, the creation of physical matter, that happens on the lower level of the vibrations. Think about your chakras that you know about your 7. Remember I did the chakra series for you guys to prepare you for this? A lot of times, you know, Spirit has me do things to get you ready for the next level. So I hope you take heed to this. You know, the creation of physical matter, like I say, that happens on the lower level. When you think about what's the physical plane in the 7 chakras, you know, that's the root chakra. That's the lowest vibration. That's the, put it this way, and it's not to negate the power of any chakra, but that's your first one you need to ground. That's your ground level. That's your ground zero. You know? The cube, it contains all of the geometric shapes in the universe's creations. Every single one of them. Every single shape in the universe's creations, from the honeycomb to a flower to a snowflake to an animal to a human being to your DNA to a planet to a star, the mathematical equation is the same. You understand? And it represents the patterns that make up everything the Creator has made, that Source has made. Every single shape that exists in the universe. And these shapes are all building blocks of the physical and all physical matter. Every single shape. Every single shape that exists in the universe. And these shapes are the building blocks of all physical matter, y'all. They're known as the 5 Platonic solids, only because the philosopher Plato linked them to the spirit world and so-called heaven and the physical elements on earth. You know, these 3D shapes appear throughout creation. You hear me? They appear throughout creation, not books. Creation. I'm talking about the fabric, the God gene that they're looking for, that NASA's experimenting with and looking for, that these top scientists are looking for, this God feature. What makes creation? Because these 3D shapes appear throughout creation in everything, like I said, from animals to snowflakes to plants to crystals to human DNA to flowers, the galaxy itself, which the Earth resides in, the Earth. The same molecules, same structure, same thing. The 13 circles in the Metatron's cube are all arranged in a specific way. Also, each circle not only represents the chakras, each circle also represents the 12 signs of the zodiac. And the 13th represents the sun hanging on the cross. Y'all gonna find, as you study Metatron's cube, that a lot of these religions got their, what do I want to call it? Their stories from the cube and sacred geometry. I need you all to listen to me. I'm not telling you what to worship, what to believe, and whatever, but I do suggest that you stop reading the Bible literally and read it logically. The New Testament is really all astrology. In the words of KRS-One, when you think of Jesus, think of the sun, the flaming sun. That's where they stole this concept from. Understand me? Like I said, but you can worship whatever you want to worship. But we are now in the age of Aquarius, where all fallacies fall away and the truth is no longer hidden. And even the hidden truths of the universe that have been hidden from us, not that the powers that be have been hiding, but that the universe has been hiding from us because it's so vast. It's time for it now to manifest itself. And the angelic beings and the spirit guides and the guardian angels and our galactical family members are bringing this to us. And I need you to wake up and understand that. You understand? The 13th circle represents the sun. The symbols inside of the circles represent the different aspects of the universe, such as stars, planets, and elements, and so on. Okay? Understand this, y'all. It's deep. I want you to go further. See, this is my thing. These are the things that I've been teaching for many, many years. I have a beautiful journey of my life. And I'm so humble and grateful and thankful that I'm alive at this time to be that light that I was born to be, to break down the sacred geometry and the spiritual realm to those light workers who are awakening, and it's time for them to do their job that they came here to do. So I'm just a beacon of light, helping you guide yourself to where you need to be with inside your inner self. Y'all get that? See, the DNA molecule, that's the building block of all human life. Metatron's cube. Let me get a little more technical now. As this is the part right here, y'all, that I need you to understand about the science of it. The things I'm teaching you and speaking on right now, you can think I'm crazy, but if you go to the NASA site right now, these are the things that they're experimenting with. And then you begin to ask yourself, I spent all that time in school and I didn't know geometry had a damn thing to do with me. No, you didn't. You weren't supposed to. Because then you would figure out your superpowers. Because we're just a mathematical equation away. Like I say, the DNA molecule, that's the building block of all humans. You know, that molecule is also known as the grand orchestrator of the physical place. The grand orchestrator of the physical place. So why do you think we keep talking about a physical place? Why does science talk about a physical place? Is there some place that's not physical? Is there some place that's metaphysical? Multi-physical? Talk to me, y'all. Think about it. I want you to open your mind and go within and look in there, because the answers are there. Your spirit is telling you, ooh, this is right on track for those who are supposed to hear. Metatron's cube is a 3D, three-dimensional cube. It's kind of a little hard to understand from a 2D image of it. But as you look deeper into it and start meditating on it, you begin to see the other sacred geometries, like the flower of life, with all 13 connecting circles connecting. You know, there are 5 Platonic solids, all symbolizing the many aspects of life and sacred patterns throughout our universe. You know, you also see, when you're looking into the Metatron's cube, the Merkaba, the sacred symbol that balances divine feminine and divine masculine. Did you hear that? The Merkaba. The Merkaba is the sacred symbol that balances the divine feminine and the divine masculine. You notice I didn't say that balances the man and woman. I didn't say that. because that's not what divine feminine and divine masculine is. That's a mental conditioning patriarchal thought. And I'm talking about the laws of nature. You know, Metatron's cube is a sacred geometry, a metaphysical force with mathematical equations and symbolic properties. And its complex structure of the sacred shapes are platonic solids. In that complex structure, when you see it, when you break down those 5 platonic solids, you come up with every shape in the universe. Number 1. You break it down, you get the tetrahedron. Now, what's a tetrahedron? It's also known as a triangular pyramid. It has 4 straight faces, 6 straight edges, and 4 vortexed corners. It also represents fire and the sun, that center circle. When you're staring into the middle, that center circle of Metatron's cube, you're looking dead into the center of the tetrahedron. Now, also in the tetrahedron, as you continue to look, you'll start to see that flower of life. And they call it the star tetrahedron, where you got all equilateral 64 grid. It's a 64 tetrahedron grid, 64 points. You know, in the I Ching, it describes the laws of nature through the union of polarities. The diagram of it has 64 hexagrams, which represents different points of balance between our yin and our yang, negative and positive energy. This is the nature of geometry. This is geometry's nature. Then you have the hexahedron, which is just a cube. It's the cube with 6 faces and 6 straight lines. You know, it's the earth element. You know, with that earth element, it brings the stable foundations. It's known to contain consistent energy, which gives light to all living things, especially humans. It's the meeting point of the spirit of the body. You know, it stands for stability and security and building your sense of firmness and stable foundations. You know, those are some of the things and the tools that you need to use Metatron's cube for when you're meditating and when you're manifesting. Then you have the octahedron, however you would like to pronounce it. But it's octahedron, the air element. It has 8 equilateral triangles, with plane faces. The face angles are all equal. They're 60 degrees. However, the internal angles of the squares are 90 degrees. You see? Y'all kind of getting this now? Let me say this. All of that's within our body. So then you got the icosahedron. Icosahedron, ICOSAHEDRON, water. It's made up of 20 equilateral triangles. The water element, it has smooth sides, you know, to represent the free flow of water. It's got 20 equilateral triangles and 12 vertical sides and 30 edges. Oh, wow. 30 edges. And then you have the dodecahedron. The what? Yeah. This is the most sacred. The dodecahedron. Its element is spirit or ether. You know, this shape is the mathematical equation of spirit, ether, the universe. It's the most special element in the universe. The ether, as it combines, it interacts with the others, and it gives rise and awakening, that consciousness to everything in the universe as we know it. Again, these are all shapes found in the universe, y'all. It gives us a powerful map of creation and the building blocks of ourselves and nature. As you begin to delve deeper into Metatron's cube, you begin to understand the complexity and the simplicity of the universe and your higher self and your alignment. Well, you know, when the 13 circles are connected by the lines, it shows us harmony in all aspects of life. It shows us balance, peace, and tranquility. The breaking of the line, you know what happens if you do that? It affects everything in the cube. Just like the breaking of a pattern in our DNA affects everything in our body, our cube. This just shows you how the connection that exists in everything in the universe. There's a connection. Don't let anybody tell you there's not a connection. The universal creator is amazing. Because just like the universe, we are the same mathematical equation. I am created in the image of the Creator to learn how to create in the image of the Creator. I don't care what any religion says. I don't care. That's your belief, that's fine. I'm not telling you can't believe what you'll believe. However, I am created in the image of the Creator to learn how to create in the image of the Creator. Well, how does the Creator create? Through imagination. The Bible tells you in the beginning was the Word, but logic tells you in the beginning was thought. It was a conscious spark of thought. At the same time, the cube shows the harmonious existence between feminine and masculine energy in the divine order of things. You know, religions and societies have subjugated divine feminine energy to be less than divine masculine energy, and divine masculine energy to be greater than divine feminine energy. It's all been lowered to its lowest form and its lower vibration of simple man and woman, physical form. We all have divine feminine and divine masculine energy within us. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. You must balance the energy within self. This is how you manifest and create. Through balance of your higher self. Developing your divine feminine energy as well as developing your divine masculine energy. I didn't say develop your woman energy, develop your man energy. No, I'm not on that vibration. Come on up, y'all. I need you to raise on up in this vibration. I need you to bring this frequency higher so you can understand the divine feminine energy is what creates worlds. It's what heals worlds. And if you destroy the divine feminine energy in the universe, you destroy the universe. So you can continue to think that the woman should be subjugated to where she is. But some religions got it right. Where you educate the woman and you exalt her and you lift her up and you help develop that divine feminine energy. Because without divine feminine energy, there is no creation. There is no birth. There is no life. That's why so many of us running around here dead, because the divine feminine energy has not been developed in our little girls. And then they become mothers, babies having babies, and another generation of abused and used divine feminine energy that's never been discovered within self as we're supposed to do. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. You must balance that energy. You must balance it to create. You must balance it to manifest. You must balance to bring your imagination from the 5D world into your 3D world. You must balance it to bring your dreams into existence, to change your life. Only you can do that. Only you can do that. While the circles also represent feminine energies in the universe, the lines represent the divine masculine energies. They are interdependent with each other. You hear me, y'all? They're interdependent. Do you know what that means? It means they depend on each other to thrive. We are interdependent of each other with divine feminine and divine masculine energy. And if you are a feminine and you have not developed your divine masculine energy within yourself, you're not going to thrive. And if you are a masculine and you have not developed your divine feminine energy within yourself, you will not thrive. You will not manifest. And I'm not talking about gay, straight, left, right, blue, LGBTQ, XYZ, nothing. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about the essence of the presence inside of you. We are dual beings. That's why we have mothers and fathers, because one carries divine feminine and one carries divine masculine, and it goes into each one of us. With that being said, it just basically tells you there is nothing small or insignificant in the universe. And everybody has a role to play. And an order of things in a collaborative consciousness. Everybody has a role to play in the order of things in the collective consciousness. So it's such a powerful tool in understanding the wholeness of self as it relates to the wholeness of the universal self and the universal scheme of things. Guys, once again, this Metatron's cube is an extremely powerful tool for meditation and manifestation. It allows negative energies and vibrations to leave your existence and positive energies to come in. So if you can't seem to get negativity out of your life, whether it's people, places, or things, you may not be doing nothing wrong, but these negative people just keep on coming. I need you to think about meditating on the Metatron's cube to remove those negative energies and negative vibrations so your positive energies and positive vibrations can come in. Think of it as a scrubber. Scrub it in a way to make room for more. Because two things can't occupy the same space at the same time. Remember that. That's plain physics. Two things cannot occupy the same space at the same time. In the Bible, you can't serve two masters. It all means the same damn thing. It's extremely powerful, y'all. It also helps you look deeper into your soul and understand what you need to do and what you need to be adjusting in your life. The healing and the protection. Use it when you desire guidance from your spiritual guides. Guidance for your spiritual health. Study it. Study of the Metatron's cube teaches you that all things in the universe are connected one way or another. Use it to tap into all of the power in. Use it to tap into all your positive energies in the universe. We are connected to the divine realm, y'all, and we must know this and not just believe it. You need to know it, because to know it is to feel it. We are connected and we are one with the divine realm, and we can reach out anytime we need to for divine intervention in our lives. We don't need some other human being to speak on our behalf to divinity. Let me take a drink, y'all. I'm going to say that again. We don't need some other human being to speak on our behalf to divinity. Now, some religions, they tell you you have to go confess your sins and this and that and that and this. That's you. I'm not telling you what to believe. However, insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome. If this worked, we wouldn't have so many murderers, killers, pedophiles, child rapists, all that shit in the world. People just go confess their sins. Bling, bling, bling. It's done. No, you're responsible for yourself. You're responsible for your actions. You can't say, oh, it's a devil beast inside of me that made me do it. No. That would be you. That would be your lower vibration, your lower frequency. And you keep engaging in that lower frequency that makes you crave it more and more. You know? You do not need other human beings on your behalf to speak to divinity. The power comes with our essence in the universe. The power comes with our existence in the universe. The power comes from within. The power has always been in our backpack, y'all. It's always been back there in the backpack. It always will be from the beginning of time. And it's your time. It's your time to tune in to the frequency of the universal self. You are the conduit. You are the switch. You are the connection to your manifestations. Imagine it, see it, know it, do it. It's you. Nobody else. It's you. What I'm saying is not new, y'all. This mathematical equation that is called the quote-unquote Metatron's cube is is the equation of all existence, including you and I. It's the equation. It's the mathematical equation. The Metatron's cube is the mathematical equation of all existence. Overstanding this concept is to overstand your higher self. You know, and when you overstand your higher self, you begin to tune in and tap into your superpowers, the superpowers of your life, where all of your superpowers lie, waiting for you to awaken them by doing the work and getting in touch with your inner being, the real you, not the illusion that we portray every day when we go to work, not the illusion that we portray when we go to church, not the illusion that we portray in the grocery store, the real you. The real deal, Holyfield, you. That's what I'm talking about. The sacred geometry. They call it sacred because it's older than any written anything. And they are signs and symbols. It's older than any religion on this planet. Because let me tell you something. If you think that a man-made religion is giving you the answers, then you might be on the wrong podcast. I'm not saying that a man-made religion can't give you inspiration. I'm not saying that a man-made religion can't give you inspirational words. You know, law of attraction is law of attraction. You know, do unto others as they do unto you makes sense. Positive energy, positive vibrations make sense. But what I'm talking about is before time. Before the time that they've been counting. When I say before time. Before they came up with this mad scientist idea to rule the world. It's that time for the hidden knowledge of the universe to manifest. And I told y'all, Metatron's cube been calling me for a minute. Because this is sacred geometry and this is a part of my time. To explain this to the light workers who may need this piece of geometry to unlock the key to self. So what actually is sacred geometry? Break it down. They're geometric symbols known as ancient shapes and patterns that represent all living things. They're regarded as the most divine shapes because they're the blueprints of many life forms in the universe. Like I told you, it's the blueprint of all of us, including the sun, the moon, the stars, the planet, the galaxies, the dogs, the cats, the human beings, the DNA, the plants, the snowflakes, all of it. It's the DNA molecule to everything in this galaxy. Now, if I know this, don't you think they know it? That's why they're studying the God particle. That's why so many of these wicked leaders are using ancient tools, sacred geometry to control the masses. They are using witchcraft and craziness and wickedness to keep the truth from being known, but the universe can never be hidden because we are the universe. You better ask somebody. Y'all done got me up in here tonight. Thank you, universe, for speaking through me. You know, it's the blueprints of many life forms in the universe. It's also referred to as the language of the gods. Because you got to remember, on higher vibrations, you don't use your lips to speak. It's the inner you that speaks. You use your voice, your voice on your inside. Not the inside voice they teach you in kindergarten. Use our inside voices. That means whispering. No, your inside, your higher self, your higher you, the real you. You don't move your lips at all. You're on such a higher vibration, you don't have to move your lips. And the person that you may be talking to, or the entity you may be talking to, is communicating to you the same way, because they're communicating to you in a different realm, not this physical realm. Physical realm, you physically move your lips. It's the lowest vibration. So it's also referred to as the language of the gods. You know, from the 5 Platonic solids to the eternal knot of the Tibetan culture, sacred geometry shapes can be broken down as a metaphysical language. Okay? It's a metaphysical language that governs the visible and invisible worlds. I'm going to say it again. It's a metaphysical language that governs the visible and invisible world. They represent mystical and intangible elements of the universe. You understand? Mystical and intangible elements of the universe. The Metatron's cube is the main equalizer of all frequency and all energy flowing in the universe. It's the main equalizer. It protects the energy of every existing life form by sending energy to those who need it. To sum it up, Metatron's cube is considered the guardian of the universe. Basically, that's what it is. It's magical. It's sacred and symbolic. You know, the meanings to certain geometric shapes and geometric properties, these meanings are so sacred that you may not even know this, but I bet you're going to pay attention after I say this, that the designs are and were and still being used in the construction of religious structures around the world, from mosques to temples to churches to monuments to altars to the creation of spiritual and religious art. Sacred geometry is the key to finding one's true self. And that's the only thing I will tell you to look outside of self for. It's just that symbol. But once you see that symbol and you meditate on it and you understand the molecular properties of what that symbol means and the mathematical equations and how you understand that it's the exact same mathematical equation as human cells and human DNA? Come on now. Why didn't they teach us that? You know, and then when I say it has every shape in existence in the universe, inside that cube you'll see the flower of life. You'll see the Sri Yantra from the Hindu. You'll see the seed of life. You'll see the eternal knot from the Tibetan people. You'll see the torus, the Torus, the torus. The torus is the first shape to emerge from the Genesis pattern. Go back into your science books, y'all. They skimmed over that when we were learning that. But learn about the Genesis pattern. The torus pattern is found in everything from atoms to life forms in all cosmic bodies such as galaxies and stars. Now, how did he know that? You keep believing that they ain't been to these other planets and these other places. You keep believing that, okay? All of it is inside that Metatron's cube. You know, the cube traces back to nature's first pattern. It's teaching us about the conceptual, mental nature of the universe. And as I say, these current scientific experiments in quantum physics, they're teaching the exact same thing. You know, remember I was talking to y'all about quantum, being on a quantum level? Well, the scientists, they're doing plenty of experiments all over the world in quantum physics. And what they're learning in quantum physics is the exact same thing that Metatron's cube has taught. Things without first being a conceptual equivalent in consciousness, nothing could exist. You understand? Things. If they're without first being a conceptual equivalent in consciousness, nothing could exist. Well, what does conceptual mean? It means mental concepts. So without it first being a mental concept in consciousness, nothing could exist. So that's what I just said to y'all about the fact that they said in the beginning was the Word. No, the beginning was not the Word. In the beginning was a mental concept equivalent in consciousness. And these are the things they know. While we're fighting over, we should get this in our arm or this and that or police shootings or this and that. All these distractions are to limit you from looking into self. And that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to deliver light, upliftment, consciousness, open up the mind, body, spirit, soul, and dimensions of the light workers who are sent here to elevate the collective consciousness so we can move on to where we need to be. Once again, quantum physics is teaching you Metatron's cube, which is an ancient symbol beyond every written religion that has been written on this planet. Because you know shapes and symbols are vibrations, just like sound and color. So you must understand that concept. In the beginning, it had to first be a mental concept equivalent in consciousness, or it could not exist. So it had to be the thought. Sacred geometry is the source energy. It's the universe. It's the Most High. The Creator's conceptual architecture on which all things precipitate. You understand? It's the architecture. It's the Creator's conceptual architecture. It's conceptual, how he conceived it, she conceived it, they conceived it in their minds. Consciousness. Guys, there's so many tools to assist you with the development of your highest vibrational frequency. Remember now, these are just tools to assist you. These are ancient tools to assist you through your meditative growth process. You are the conduit. You are the switch. You are the plug. You are the electricity. You make it all come together. Your thoughts, your intentions for yourself. First, healing from the inside out. You can never heal from the outside in, because what's outside of you that's the illusion. What's inside of you is your truth, your reality. And you have the power to change your reality to whatever you desire, whatever you want it to be. You're not helpless. You're not hopeless. Rise, mighty ones. Open the door. Take a journey within. You'll discover that everything that you thought you always needed and wanted is inside of you. It's already inside of you, waiting for you to see it so you can manifest it all through your imaginations, your wonderful, juicy, and satisfying desires. You do that. Nobody else does. No one else does. Taking communion doesn't satisfy your desires. But if you choose to take communion, that's on you. Hey, do your thing. Because I happen to understand things are on different vibrational levels. And it's at the point now where some of us sound quite silly believing a lie. Because you can believe a lie, but knowing it is the difference. And this is what I know. The sacred geometry. All these religions ripped off sacred geometry. They ripped off the highest vibrational frequency. And they put it into words when it's nothing but mathematical equations and numbers. You need to understand that. The conceptual ideas of creation. I am created in the image of the Creator to learn how to create in the image of the Creator. Conceptualize it in my imagination. It has to be a thought first. It has to be before it can become a word. Words are subjugated to the 3D realm. Thoughts are higher vibrations. Because we think all day long and never make words of it with our lips. Understand that. We have to go on a journey of self-discovery, y'all, to find what we have within inside ourselves. To find what we are looking for. What are we truly looking for? We got to learn to be flexible with ourselves. Be adaptable with ourselves. Not with anybody else. I'm talking about yourself. We have to go on a journey of self-discovery. Just know that your guides are helping you guys and protecting you by sending you ideas of how to embrace, encounter, thrive, and survive. When I tell you this Metatron's Cube podcast has been pushing me and pushing me and pushing me, I need you to get it out there because there's people who need this tool who may not have ever heard about the sacred geometry. And it's a damn shame because we all been in school. You understand? We all been in school. And today's schools are worse than they ever were because it's just a place to hold your kids until they put them in prison. Especially if you don't have the money to put them in a school to make it look like they're teaching your kids some shit. Because they're not. They're teaching them everything from the outside influence, but they're not teaching them to imagine anymore. They're not teaching them how to create something from the inside. They're not teaching them to see something that's never been invented before. All of us have that superpower within us. They're not teaching us to dream. You know why? Because they don't want your ass dreaming on the plantation when you working that 9 to 5 or that 12 to 12 for a little nothing. They don't need you dreaming over there. They just need your ass to come in and do this work, to continue to be a robot, to continue to be on this plantation, because all of corporate America and the whole structure is a plantation. I don't give a damn if you're making $1 million a year. If it's not your company, you're on a plantation, because you know what? Everybody's expendable and everybody can be replaced in the corporate world. And if you think I'm lying, I'm flying, because y'all know that. So I'm going to need you to imagine your future. I'm going to need you not to believe anything but what you imagine. And don't let anybody, any naysayer, tell you anything different about where you're going. They not going with you. So don't believe shit they saying. That vision came to you, not them. You need to visualize it. You understand? You know, like I said, your guides are helping you and protecting you. They're sending you all kind of ideas. How to embrace yourself. How to encounter yourself. How to thrive with yourself. How to survive with yourself. Remember, we are spiritual consciousness having a human experience. We're going through major shifts in humanity right now, y'all. So we need our ancient tools to rejuvenate and revitalize our energy. Excuse me. I'm telling y'all, let me calm down. Because, you know, I get excited. But honestly, we need these tools. You know? We got to have them to revitalize our energy in the presence and in the present. You know, reach for a new life. Reach for better. As a light worker, we must do the work, using our tools to help activate the true superpowers within. Create the boundaries. Use your intuition. Feel the energy, y'all. Always listen to your higher self. Feel that energy and listen to your higher self. That's the only way we're going to be able to do this. And let me tell you something. When I say to you that these tools are manifesting, pay attention to the internet. Pay attention to what's in the air. Because I'm telling you, somebody's going to do something, whether it's a YouTube channel or you're going to see it somewhere on sacred geometry. My spirit guys told me cut to the chase. Give them the whole thing in a nutshell. Metatron's Cube. Because everything, if you go through religious texts, as you take the Metatron's Cube apart, you start to see different religions and their symbols. As you take this ancient tool apart, you start to see religious symbols. You start to see the Star of David for Judaism. You start to see the cross from Christianity. You start to see the crescent moon and the star from Islam. You start to see so many different religious symbols, and they all come from Metatron's cube. All of them. This is sacred geometry at its finest. At its finest. And I want you guys to be prepared. You know, you can prepare yourself for the physical reality, but I'm fighting in the spiritual war. I'm fighting the spiritual battle. I'm fighting the battle for the upliftment of consciousness, for the upliftment of creation. And no more shall lives be able to flourish. It's just that time. Everything has a time frame. Everything, just like you age and I hit 52 clicks around the sun, the universe clicks and changes time. The universe is not the same as it was before. And tomorrow won't be the same as it is today. But the one thing that will be the same is the genetic makeup of the sacred geometric code that is all of us, including the universe. It's all the same geometric makeup. All right? Well, guys, I hope that uplifted you and that touched you and that taught you something today. And I hope it put you on an exploratory task to become better and to learn more about yourself and to learn who you are and how you are and how to get to where you're trying to go. But I'm going to tell you this, block out any distractions and block out any boundaries. And if you got anybody in your life telling you what you can't do, stop talking to those mofos. I will tell you that. No, they can't do it. Your job and their job is something different in the spiritual realm. So if you got people telling you what you can't do, stop talking to them. Put your boundaries up. And I'm going to leave y'all with this, all right? And I hope this helps you. And y'all can use it. Say this to yourself every day to manifest what you are manifesting and to appreciate where you are in your life, all right? Because I am where I am, and where I am is just fine. Okay? For the good of all and to the harm of none. Everything that I desire is already on its way. I deserve the life that I am manifesting, and I embrace the beautiful life that is now unfolding before my eyes. For the good of all and to the harm of none. Everything that I desire is already on its way. I deserve the life that I am manifesting, and I embrace the beautiful life that is now unfolding before my eyes. I am allowing the journey to be just as rewarding as the destination. All right? All right, Soul Tribe. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all joining in with me this evening, this morning, this afternoon, or whatever time you hear this. I thank you, ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, Metatron, sacred geometry, for coming through me and speaking to the masses. And I want to tell you all again, Soul Tribe, I love you so much, and I want you all to have a great evening. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the night. Peace.